Hello and welcome to episode 13 of Skillcraft. I'm starting off by creating a beacon because in between episodes I've gone mining and I've now got all of the iron I actually went over. I'm not actually really sure where I'm going to build this beacon. There's not much reason to set it up. I don't really have any projects at the moment that would need haste or um, anything like that. So I guess we're gonna be working over here today. So we got to at least build the beacon, like even if it's only temporary. Right then, what are we doing today? I'm sure you're wondering. And it's gonna be on this bridge and down there. Today we're gonna be improving a little bit of the lore, kind of in this world. I say lore, more of just like a story, because we're finally gonna be building that train on this bridge right here. And you can't have a Wild West train without some bandits preparing to rob it. So down here, where I've built this path that leads to here, is going to be a bandit camp where they're camping out in preparation to rob a train. So those are the two builds we've got lined up today, and I have got resources for the train. This is everything we're going to need and a little bit extra. Well, I'm maybe not so sure if I have enough red terracotta, but I guess we'll figure it out. But before we get started with that project, there's something else I want to show you. Two things, in fact. So through here, I've built this room, this bedroom here. This is unrelated, pretty simple. Because this is like if you were staying at the saloon, you could rent out a place if you're a traveller, whatever, classic stuff. And then through here, we've got some gold from my mining expedition. I had some extra, and that's where this idea sort of came from. I have built a like mob boss's office type thing. So I'm thinking this is the leader of some bandits or whatever that go around in this Wild West town, and right at the heart, hidden in the saloon, is this office, and it's pretty hidden. We've also got a little secret thing here with a barrel, which is kind of like a safe. I'm probably never going to use it though, because this is the oldest trick in the book. I just couldn't resist a secret room. So with that secret little office established, there's something else. So if we go through here and climb our way across the what I don't know what these are, the banners I guess, jump across the rooftop, there's a little staircase. And down this staircase is a little storeroom. This is where some bandits might be camping out, storing their supplies in preparation for some robbery or something. So we've got some beds here, just boxes with the supplies, and some stolen art. I didn't really know what to put on the walls, so I put some paintings up, and I'd go, "Why? What if they've stolen art?" I think that would be pretty funny. And there we go, because this is the upstairs of the general store, and I didn't know what to put here, so I thought, let's do that. And the only entrance is through this stairway at the top. And there is a ladder down here, which is a bit of like a fire escape type thing. And realizing I did that top section, I didn't choose the bottom side. I thought I'd shown this on camera, but I didn't, I guess. So I built an interior to the general store. So we've got a counter. I have moved the enchantment table, which was previously sat just over there, just like sitting there, not doing much. So I thought, why not move it? And then I have this spare room that I had, which was the general store, which I hadn't built anything in, so I put it in here. And then I thought, well, we might as well just do the interior. So I did that. And I've added these little like things that stick out with just various bits that get on top, and I think it looks like they're just selling just random odds. And well, that's it for the little bit of a showcase that I've done. Yeah, all those builds I realised I hadn't showed. So there we go, I've showed you them now. But now we can get started on the train. I think I'm going to build this train first, because it's the one I'm a little bit more excited for. Okay then, the full length of the train has been decided. Maybe, I don't know, it could very... Actually, no, it can't expand. I was going to say it could easily expand, but yeah, there's no way I'm building a carriage on a curve. I don't even know if that would be possible. Probably not. So anyway, this is five sections long, not carriages long. There's three carriages: a coal carriage and the front, which is what I'm gonna build first. I've actually thickened it up a little bit, just added these little bits at the bottom, just because it was feeling a little bit flimsy, and this does have to take on the entire train. We're gonna get this front done, and we're gonna use some stone bricks at the front here to make like a little scoop that trains have. I don't know what it is. It's like, I think it just gets stuff out of the way, like debris or whatever. Um, so let's get some stairs and slabs, because that's just the more useful variants. And there we go. I think that's a pretty natural looking plough shape. That was probably the hardest bit to design on my creative world, because it's just a bit of an awkward shape. But yeah, I'm happy with that. That looks, yeah, I'm super happy with that. It looks good. Right, let's get the rest of the train done then. I want to share this little story. Yeah, just look at that. And yeah, he's found netherite. That is absolutely insane. Anyway, we got ourselves a train. Let me fly out in this direction, and boom, that's a bit far away. There we go. We have ourselves the front of a train, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. Although I was expecting it to turn out this good, because I built it in creative, and just copied it over. But yeah, it's fun just seeing it actually in this world, and not some half-built thing in a creative world. My favourite little detail is at the front here is this grindstone. It's a bit of like a headpiece, and it's really cool. It like fits the block just perfectly, and yeah, I love that. Also, this little circular mangrove bit, and this as well, just going around just to make this middle bit look a little bit more circular rather than like a plus sign. And I went with red, of course, because not only does mangroves look awesome with that red terracotta, but you can't have a Wild West train and not make it red. It would just be like flat out heresy or something. Anyway, let's move on to the next section. My inventory has never looked so sad. Literally every slot is full. Anyway, we got ourselves a coal carriage. I went for dark prismarine because the blue is gonna look very bluey green, I suppose. It's gonna look very nice against the red terracotta. And I realised the irony that I just said. If you don't build a red train, it's heresy. Um, and to that I say, well, most of the train is red. It really makes sense just to have this one little bit of colour that is different. And of all of the carts, that was definitely the right pick to make the coal one that. Just for some extra variation, this one is also a little bit shorter than the default train carriage one, and this one is a little longer than the default train carriage, which just adds a little bit of like flavour to the train, makes it look just a little bit more interesting. Because with a train, it can very easily get very repetitive, especially as I start adding the carriages. But just doing those little tricks just helps make it feel a bit more unique. Yeah, that's not ugly at all. Right next to my beautiful train. It's quite a bit of gold though. All right, well, I'm over at the Colosseum we built a while ago, and me and Skillcraft are gonna do a little 1v1. We're betting diamonds this time. Since the last time we had a duel in this arena, we've changed the sort of equipment. Now we have a stone sword instead of an iron sword, in the hopes that they last a bit longer, the fights. But let's get some music on. We can let's do this. All right, the bet is 10 diamonds each. So winner gets 20 diamonds, but ultimately, if you win, you gain 10. If you lose 10. So let's go. This is kind of laggy. Oh, nice crit there. This music really sets the scene. We didn't have this last time. Oh, and we win. Well, we're going for best of 3. Let's go. So those diamonds aren't quite ours yet. It is quite laggy though. Oh, that crit is from miles away. Okay, okay. Let's get the nice crit. Oh no, I'm very much dead. Well, It's even. Alright, final round. This is it. This is the one for everything. Oh no, that was not a great start. Oh, that had to be the closest one. That was super fun, and we actually got something out of it. 10 diamonds. Pretty nice. So then, we've finished the coal carriage, so we can move on to our first out of two passenger carriages. And as simple as that, we got ourselves a train carriage for the people to sit in. Now I just have to duplicate it, and I'm pretty happy with this shape. It's kind of circular, but also it's quite blocky, and there's quite a bit of room inside. It's not a great interior, but like there's enough row to put seats either side of each window, which is what I'm gonna do, and then yeah, then we can just duplicate the design here. And 10 minutes later, we got ourselves a second carriage. Now, I just need to complete the interior, which currently are very, very empty. The interior is nothing really to praise, but like, yeah, I just cleaned up the roof, added some seats and a light, and that'll do. I'm never going to come in here really anyway. And finally then, we're going to have a transport carriage, which I haven't designed, so we're going to do it right now on the fly. I really like this shape here, so I've duplicated it. And this time I've added two in the center because we're going to have a bit of a door here, like a big cargo door. Well, I think I've got a design. I'm going to go with this left one. I was originally thinking maybe we'll make it slightly bigger than the edges, but just looks a bit weird. And then I've added this section here. It did look a bit flat, so I've added this red behind it. And I think that looks pretty cool how it is. Yeah, I like that. So here we go, the walls are repeated across all of them, and I've added in this doorway in the centre. These entirely useless doors are on both sides now, and we just need to do this wall. But there's a bit of an issue because, well, this stripe sort of goes along, but I'm thinking we could just incorporate it into the design somehow. Just something like that, and I think, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Right, let's copy that on this side. Well, I decorated the interior, kind of. This is just a cargo one, so I just filled it with stuff. I really like that you can just walk all the way through this train, except until you get to here, which I might add a ladder. There is just one issue though, there's not actually a way up. But if I add a ladder here, you can just sort of jump and do a bit of parkour. And if we look at it from here, I have added some smoke, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. This is definitely one of my favourite projects on this world. And the final view from the sky, those trapdoors disappear, but it's not too big of a deal. So as Skillcraft said, what's next? Well, let's do this bandit camp, shall we? Well, we've got a request to meet Skilltree in the planning permission room with what more item we would like for a museum, which is going to get built next episode. And in terms of things we'd want to have in the museum, I only really have this mangrove propagule. How do we actually get to the second floor? Do we have to just climb the rooftops? No problem. Anyway, yeah, I've got this mangrove propagule because they are actually kind of rare. The nearest mangrove swamp is quite far. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. We got diamonds. Thank you. This is very cool. Actually, is this... Did I build a way up here? No, I didn't. Let's go that way. So, back to this bandit camp then. It is just a plan at the moment. I've actually ran out of oak wood. So, yeah, that's fun. But we're going to have 3 tents, 2 teepee style, and 1 just sort of standard tent. And well, you can see it in the distance. We've got it done. I just went ahead and built the bandit camp because it's not the most interesting build, but it's super useful, and I feel like it's more fun to just walk you through it once it's done. So we've got a great sign that we're not going to listen to out the front, and as we go in, we're greeted with a campfire in the center, just place for the bandits to eat. We've got a tent here, which is more of a standard triangular tent. Then we've got 2 teepees here, which are ouch, which are the same design, and yeah, I think they look pretty cool. Pretty proud of that design. And then we got just some storage, where they'd store their loot and weapons from their raids. And then over here we've got a little fishing area with a fishing rod that I made specifically for this because, well, they need to eat somehow. Maybe I'll put some fish in here, that makes sense. Except I'll have to actually do fishing, which is not fun. Well, there we go, got a fish. This is much more effective way of doing it though, just yeah. Although it's also quite dangerous when you get a trident person. Oh gosh, should have got my sword out. I think I'll put this back. Let's just scatter the fish about in here. There we go. Looks lovely. No one's going to open that anyway. I bet that's the last time I'm ever going to open that. But the view from down here is pretty cool. I do like this. I feel like it tells a pretty cool story that these bandits are obviously preparing to rob that train. And it looks really cool anyway. And the view from in there, and you can see the train along the bridge. It's so cool. Trains are really cool in Minecraft. I'll also mention a bit about this wall. It's just oak logs, just put in sort of a haphazard circle. Just like it's not an actual circle, just sort of placing them where I feel. And then we've put some spruce fences and some mud walls, just to give it a bit more of a spiky appearance. And then from this view it is actually just super nice. I quite like the look of it. And again, just from around here, it looks very detailed. I guess it's because I've used a lot of the fences. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It turned out really cool, much cooler than I was expecting, to be honest. Maybe I should have built it a little bit closer so we could see it a bit more often. Then we might also have to think about putting some stuff along here because this is quite an open bit of mesa here. Um, but like that's kind of the point. So I don't know, it might leave, but if we think of something, we might do that. So we're gonna take a little trip over to spawn because I've cleaned it up a little bit. Now it's not much of a cleanup job, but I've just smoothed out this area so it's nice and flat for people to build, and I've added a wall here to just keep this up a level up because I didn't feel like taking all of this out and then moving that down one. And I definitely want to improve spawn a little bit more because it's quite a neglected area. It's just got a few builds, but not a whole lot of like infrastructure. There's no paths or anything. Now you may have noticed this little build, this blue underground entrance. Yeah, I've built a subway station at spawn that leads down through here, and yeah, it looks like an actual like New York Underground station because this is gonna link up to our mesa. The idea here is that if I die or anyone else in the mesa dies, although it hasn't happened in a while, we can just take a rail, this rail here that is gonna lead all the way to the mesa, which I have done. But well, there's no rails there because that's Skilltree's job. Also, expensive. That's why it's Skilltree's job. And then we've got, so this one is going to go to the mesa. This way can lead wherever, this way can lead wherever, and this way can lead wherever. So there's definitely options for linking this up to a lot of other people's bases or other places around the world because I know I have some plans for a different area that isn't in the mesa, and I think I'll leave it at that for a few episodes. Can't give away too many plans too quickly. But I think that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. Thanks for watching. I think this might have been one of my favorite episodes because I built a cool train, and I'm so happy with this build, and I think it's instantly become my favorite build on this world so far. As well as that, I am pretty happy with that because it just looks very cool. Although I wouldn't say it's a good, like my favorite standalone build because I just love this train. As I said, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode and consider subscribing. Goodbye.